Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. I'm Joe.
And I'm Susan. Today, we're going to discuss a very important aspect of learning English, mastering common English combinations, also known as collocations or sentence frames.
One of the best ways to learn collocations is through exposure. EAD as much as you can in English. Another tip is to practice using these combinations in your speaking and writing. Don't just learn them passively. Make an effort to incorporate them into your conversations and written work. This active usage helps reinforce your memory and makes it easier to recall them when you need to.
You can also use flashcards or language learning apps to practice collocations. Write the combination on one side of the flashcard and examples on the other side. Review them regularly to keep them fresh in your mind.
Great tips, Susan. Now, let's dive into some common English combinations. I'll introduce a combination, explain it, and then Susan will give examples of how to use it in different contexts. Ready?
Absolutely. Let's get started.
Our first combination is, "Why don't you?" This phrase is commonly used to make suggestions or give advice. It's like saying, "You should," but in a more polite and friendly way. For example, if someone is feeling tired, you might say, "Why don't you take a nap?" Susan, can you give us some more examples?
Sure, Joe. Here are a few. Why don't you start? Suggesting someone begin a task. Why don't you come? Inviting someone to join an event or activity. Why don't you go? Encouraging someone to leave or go somewhere. Why don't you try again? Suggesting someone make another attempt. Why don't you join us? Inviting someone to participate in a group activity.
Excellent. The next combination is, "How about?" This phrase is another way to make suggestions or offer ideas. It's similar to, "What do you think about?" For instance, if you're deciding on a place to eat, you could say, "How about trying a new restaurant?" Susan, what other examples can you provide?
Sure, Joe. Here are a few. Why don't you start? Suggesting someone begin a task. Why don't you come? Inviting someone to join an event or activity. Why don't you go? Encouraging someone to leave or go somewhere. Why don't you try again? Suggesting someone make another attempt. Why don't you join us? Inviting someone to participate in a group activity.
Excellent. The next combination is, "How about?" This phrase is another way to make suggestions or offer ideas. It's similar to, "What do you think about?" For instance, if you're deciding on a place to eat, you could say, "How about trying a new restaurant?" Susan, what other examples can you provide?
Sure, Joe. Here are a few. Why don't you start? Suggesting someone begin a task. Why don't you come? Inviting someone to join an event or activity. Why don't you go? Encouraging someone to leave or go somewhere. Why don't you try again? Suggesting someone make another attempt. Why don't you join us? Inviting someone to participate in a group activity.
Perfect. Now let's move on to, "I'm looking forward to." This phrase is similar to, "I can't wait to," and is used to express anticipation or excitement about something in the future. It's often used in a more formal context. Susan, what examples do you have for this one?
Absolutely. Here are some examples. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Expressing anticipation for the upcoming days off. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Showing excitement about an upcoming introduction. I'm looking forward to the concert. Anticipating a future music event. I'm looking forward to our trip. Expressing excitement about a planned journey. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Showing eagerness for a response or communication.
Fantastic. The next combination is, it's time to. This phrase is used to indicate that it's the right moment to do something or that something should be done now. For example, it's time to go means it's the appropriate moment to leave. Susan, can you share some examples?
Sure, Joe. Here are some ways to use it's time to. It's time to start the meeting. Indicating the beginning of a scheduled discussion. It's time to make a decision. Suggesting that a choice should be made now. It's time to clean up. Indicating that cleaning should begin. It's time to say goodbye. Signaling the moment to take leave. It's time to take a break. Suggesting that a pause from activity is needed.
Great examples, Susan. Let's try. I have no idea. This phrase is used when you don't know something at all. It's a straightforward way to express that you lack information or knowledge about a topic. Susan, what examples do you have for this one?
Here are some ways to use I have no idea. I have no idea what to do. Expressing confusion about the next steps. I have no idea where he went. Indicating you don't know someone's location. I have no idea how to fix this. Showing lack of knowledge on solving a problem. I have no idea why she's upset. Expressing confusion about someone's feelings. I have no idea when it starts. Indicating you don't know the timing of an event.
Perfect. Our next combination is, I'm not sure. This is used to express uncertainty or doubt about something. It's a polite way to say that you don't know something completely. Susan, can you give us some examples?
Absolutely. Here are some examples. I'm not sure if I can come. Expressing uncertainty about attending an event. I'm not sure what he meant. Indicating you didn't understand someone's statement. I'm not sure where to go. Showing doubt about the right direction or location. I'm not sure how to do this. Expressing uncertainty about a process or task. I'm not sure when it will be ready. Indicating doubt about the completion time.
Excellent. Let's move on to, I can't believe. This phrase is used to express surprise or disbelief about something that has happened or is happening. It's like saying you find something hard to accept. Susan, can you share some examples?
Sure, Joe. Here are some ways to use I can't believe. I can't believe it's already 6 p.m. Expressing surprise about the time. I can't believe she did that. Showing disbelief about someone's actions. I can't believe how fast time flies. Expressing amazement at the passage of time. I can't believe we won. Showing surprise and joy at a victory. I can't believe he said that. Indicating shock at someone's words.
Great examples, Susan. The next combination is, it's up to. This phrase indicates that the decision or responsibility lies with someone. It's a way of saying that someone has the power to decide. Susan, what examples do you have?
Here are some ways to use it's up to. It's up to you to decide. Indicating that the choice is yours. It's up to the team to finish the project. Showing that the responsibility lies with the group. It's up to her to choose. indicating that she has the authority to make a decision. It's up to us to make it happen, showing that the responsibility is ours. It's up to him to lead the way, indicating that he has the role of guiding.
Perfect. The last combination for today is, I feel like. This phrase is used to express a desire or inclination to do something. It's like saying you want to do something. Susan, can you give us some examples?
Absolutely. Here are some ways to use I feel like. I feel like going for a run. Expressing a desire to exercise. I feel like having pizza. Indicating a craving for a specific food. I feel like watching a comedy. Showing an inclination to watch a particular genre of movie. I feel like taking a nap. Expressing a desire to sleep for a short period. I feel like celebrating. Indicating a desire to enjoy and mark a happy event.
Excellent examples, Susan. We've covered a lot of useful combinations today. Remember, practicing these combinations will help you speak English more naturally and confidently.
That's right, Joe. We hope you found these tips and examples helpful. Try to use these combinations in your daily conversations and writing. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to check out the transcript for this episode. See you next time.
Yes, thank you. Keep practicing and stay motivated. See you in the next episode.